The exhibition is paintings and other images of women, primarily painted by men, and they're images that come from as early as the 12th century, from about 1100, so almost 1,000 years ago. The most important painting is a work called Court Ladies Preparing Newly Woven Silk. This is a work that was done about the year 1100, and it was done by the man who was Emperor of China, Song Huizong, the Emperor Huizong, who was the last emperor of the Northern Song dynasty. Pieces by him are extremely rare. When this piece was shown in Shanghai 2 years ago, people literally lined up around the block to see it. These images that you see here to my right and left were paintings that came out of an album. There were originally 12 paintings in the album. They were most likely commissioned by the Qianlong Emperor. And they show images of men and women together. Nothing is explicit, but there are little hints of things that are going on. Traditionally in China, according to Confucian morals, when one painted an image of a woman, you were supposed to paint her doing a good deed so that she would be a model for other people looking at the images. But of course, when the men were thinking about painting women, they weren't always just thinking about important Confucian morals. They were thinking about the sensuality that they saw. We actually have two images that could be thought of very clearly as pinup images. One is an advertisement that was done in the 1930s for fertilizer. We have another image that was probably done in the late 19th century of a woman, and she's taken off her outer clothing and some of her breasts are exposed, and so it was definitely meant to be titillating. Traditionally, women had bound feet, and those shoes were considered extremely erotic. And if you look at some of these paintings, you see the men holding the shoes or the shoes being tossed off, and that was considered something very erotic. I think it's important to remember that when we look at these images, that they're definitely images of out of the imaginations of the artists, that we shouldn't look at them as certainly depicting reality. They were all about fantasies.